Me, Rose Goddess Guidance. It is very, very cold where I am. It's snowing outside and my house is freezing. So I am cozy maxing. That's my new phrase. This is your year ahead reading. I will flip the camera around in a second to show you the cards. But this feels like very much like I've written my notes here. Number 16 is coming through is really important. The 16th or 16. There's something about the number 16 which is significant this year. So look out for that. That's one of your key signs. I'm going to pull some cards as I go through the other things that I've noted, but there were some really random ones as well. So the energy so far feels kind of very like quite earthbound, like quite like earth energy, like quite dutiful, quite consistent, quite steady, which may not be what you're wanting, but that's how it's coming through at the moment. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards now and refer to my notes at the same time. So funny that I said number 16, because then I've just pulled the cards to you and you can see Hera is here and she is the number 16. She's on this card. She's the goddess of love. Well, she's a goddess of marriage. She's Hera is Zeus's wife. She's Juno in Roman mythology. And she's come out with Hephaestus. So both of them here have this really strong energy of deliberate intent. Like there's a real sense of responsibility with these two figures, just grabbing my tarot cards to shuffle, a real sense of responsibility with them. So Hera kind of like puts up with a lot of Zeus's nonsense. And Hephaestus also tolerates Aphrodite, who he's married to, running off and being the goddess of love and beauty. This is not to say you're going to be put in the same situations as them. Absolutely not. But this is about how this year might be a lot more about resilience and sticking things out rather than rush decisions. So it's a lot more considered energy. It's a lot more dutiful. It's a lot more aware of the value of the relationships you have and wanting to honor that. So the other things I was pulling, well, as I've been shuffling cards for you, the other thing I was the other thing I was getting as I was channeling was like I could see a coastline, and it was like it's a coastline that's very much in a country that's normally sunny, and I think it's South Africa. Like that's the energy that I was getting. I've just pulled the King of Wands here and the Nine of Swords reversed. So it's that energy of like, I don't know why South Africa is wine country. That's the other thing I'm getting. So there's something about, it could be California, but it really felt like South Africa, like being near the coast, but it's somewhere that's normally warm. It's got a big, big, big ocean like the Atlantic or something, but there's also, it's wine country. So there's something about geographically where you are this year, and you might be moving, you might be visiting, you might be traveling. And the other thing that got kind of connected to that was whales, as in the mammal, the sea creature, and connected to these whales are on this coastline, and connected to whales is mnemonics and memory. So there are some big themes, these big, big weighty themes. They're slow moving energy, but really, really profound, and also profound in the sense of depth. It's not high energy. It's very sedate. It's the kind of energy that you can build with. That we've also got the King of Swords here. I'll come into this in a second. It's slow moving. It's strong. It's stable. It's calm, and it's like, I think the reason that whales are coming through, definitely look them up. I don't know their spiritual significance, but these are creatures that live for, can live for hundreds of years. Like we don't know how old they are. This is ancient energy, ancient themes that you're dealing with this year. So it's going to be very profound for you in many ways. But let's see some of the activities or some of the highlights of the year. So I also got, you're going to have an arc this year. As in, like, the energy will peak at a certain point, and once you notice its peak, you'll then see it's going to tail off again. So if that's a good thing, if you perceive that as good or bad, it's not going to remain static. You're not in a linear space. So if it all starts feeling too much, don't worry, it'll calm down again. If life is starting to feel too slow, don't worry, it'll pick up again. So we've got I'm just shuffling the cards here, but we've got the King of Swords, the King of Wands, sorry, and the King of Swords. So it does look like you're going to have, it feels like, two people, obviously, is how it's easily to be interpreted, but it feels like there's a kind of like a tension between passion. So you normally have passion of the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and the logic of the King of Swords. But you're no longer going to be in a space where you're trying to think this through. Like you're no longer where you've previously maybe have been like wanting to pursue something out of passion, but then logically you've kind of held yourself back or stepped back. That's disappearing now. You're reaching a space of balance. Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You're starting to think more strategically. There is a big commitment coming in as well. And this does feel like the balance between this passion and strategic thinking. So the King of Wands and the King of Swords really could be an individual with whom you are finding balance. Obviously, first of all, you find the balance in yourself, but you're definitely going to be letting go of, you're letting go of any kind of residual pain, residual anxiety. This isn't necessarily connected to a person. It's a way of being. It's a way of thinking. So you've got the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. All of this is what's being released. That you're no longer going to be in a space of overthinking things and creating anxiety. I've just noticed as well, oh, wow, we've also got the 8 of Swords. So much Swords energy for you here. This is all these kind of like sharp jabbing pains of anxious thoughts, of like the circling thoughts that we get. And I've just noticed in Hephaestus 22, I mean, this is a divine counterpart number, but you also have the 2 of Swords and an eclipse. There is something that you're not seeing this year, and it's going to come kind of out of the blue, and it's going to release you. This is the big thing. It's going to release you. So from wherever you've been kind of holding yourself hostage, whether it's by expectation, hope, where you've been deluding yourself because you've got the moon here and the 4 of Cups, this is not painful. This is just about a letting go, walking away from, letting go of things that have disappointed you in the past. I wonder if the sense of duty and responsibility is more about you coming home to yourself. So the sense of responsibility to you individually and finding this grounding. And it's like, it can be very unexciting at the start of the year if we're told we're going to have quite a calm year. But actually, honestly, that's probably what most of us need, because life is going to be quite a lot on the outside. Can you see how the Empress is mimicking here as position here? This is the energy that you're stepping into. So it's just like really grounded, wise, Hephaestus with the Swords, you've got this grounded, wise state of being. And again, the Empress is like here, it's duty, it's responsibility, it's family. It's a sense of abundance. It's also a sense of like no longer relying on others' perspectives, not needing other people in the way. Obviously, we all need people. We're not islands, but it's relying on other people and accepting them as they are, letting them come to you as they are. And that helps you move from a place of being in this sort of like hanged man position. So that's a release of those thoughts that maybe have been trapping you. And that's where you get this Ace of Pentacles. It's this, I don't know, I've put the Empress up there because the Ace of Pentacles is that movement into, again, this really slow, steady energy, that whale energy that I've been describing. It's very, I want to say materially rich, but also materially heavy. It's a slow unfolding. We also had the Death card come out reversed. Don't resist change. Like if there is something that you've been holding on to, which will be the thing that's keeping you in a hanged man position, let go of that, because the whole time you're holding on to it and it feels like there's something or someone in your past, we've just got the 6 of Cups, the whole time you're holding on to this, you're actually preventing whatever that was from returning in whatever form. Okay, I'm just going to ask more about the 6 of Cups. Yeah, so I asked, and something to do with July as well, but you've got the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Cups here as well. So as you're holding on to the 6 of Cups, it's kind of like you're in this tug of war state with yourself. So as you're battling almost to move forward, I'm actually seeing it as, you're battling to move forward so you can get to this space of emotional renewal and find this 10 of Cups. Right, so I wanted to know what was happening in July. I don't know if I just mentioned July, but things are going to start moving forward very quickly as soon as you allow this kind of like, imagine this is your emotions spilling over. As soon as you let go of this kind of like fight to basically control things, things will start moving forwards very, very quickly. You've got the 3 of Cups and this Chariot. And the 3 of Cups I always read as the 3 graces who are always there at festivities, at like banquets and like weddings and stuff. And at the same time, they came out with the Hierophant and the Star. So this is a wish fulfillment. There's some kind of commitment here, some kind of something you've been hoping for that's, again, very grounded, this very, very solid energy. I really can't overstate. I know that the Emperor, this like, he's got, the symbols of the fire signs around him, but this is such solid energy. It's not flash in the pan. This is something you've been wishing for a long time. They're going to come in, this person, this wish, this idea is coming in as the Page of Cups to begin with. So it's going to start off quite low-key, quite small. It's not coming in a big dramatic way. And the more you can hold yourself in this space of the Empress, the easier it'll be for it to come in.